Good.
This time I'm going to try.
Doing good.
I turned on recording this time.
Good job. Instead of the last 5 minutes of the call.
Actually, it was like 20 some minutes, but I thought
Oh.
but we have also went for about an hour and some minutes too. So it like the last part of it. So what can I help you guys with on your review questions, or even on the rest of the chapter for that matter? I don't think going over the problems is probably all that helpful, because you already have all of that on YouTube anyway, and you can watch just the ones you need to know. So I was wanting to help you on things that there already isn't something available for you. So anybody have some questions?
Can we ask questions about like what we did on the lab? I want to make sure my math is right.
Lab, yeah.
Okay, so I'm looking at oh wait, I think I got it right. No, I'm thinking about what I got right. Because I had problems at first with B, and then Daniel reminded me that 22.4 exists, and that's helpful.
Oh, you mean the steps, or I guess following you.
On B, we had to use the molar mass of the acetic acid and the molarity of vinegar solution to calculate the number of grams of acetic acid in 1 liter of vinegar. And like I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. And then Dana reminded me that.
Oh yeah, there's a number of people that missed that after this, whatever the second one was, after calculating the molar mass. In the instruction, it said you should multiply the molar mass times the molarity of your trial 3.
Mm-hmm.
And when you multiply that, then you're, because your molar mass is moles or grams per mole. And then if you multiply by your molarity, which is moles per liter, then you'll end up with grams per liter. And so your answer should probably be around 10, 12 or something like that would be, I think, were the answers that a lot of people had in that range. And then the rest, most people didn't have any trouble, but that was a step. They didn't actually do what was stated in the directions. They came up with their own. Somebody used what was it, 22.4, I guess, because that's molar volume, but they want.
So we just have to multiply the molar mass times molarity.
Yeah, you just multiply the molar mass, which was what, 60.05 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then multiply by your molarity, and I think most of you had molarities that were around what, 0.2, somewhere in that range. So if you take 0.2 times 60, that's around 12. So your answer for B should be in the 10 to 12 range.
Cool. I have to fix something.
But that was the only step I think that I saw more than once somebody missed. Otherwise, the rest of it, you guys did great on. And I did, if you missed that, got that answer wrong, I didn't count all the rest of your answers wrong. I just looked at, did you apply the right steps for the remainder of it? So that was, so anybody else have a question on the lab? Oh, by the way, William, on your section review that I was grading those a little while ago, you didn't, I need a different section review than the one you sent me.
Oopsies.
I already have that, a grade for the one you sent me.
The section review 0.2 or whatever it is.
Yeah, you gave me 15.1 instead of 15.2. Or you printed it in the wrong place. I don't know what the problem is.
I'll have to look.
All out.
Okay, anybody else have any questions I can answer? So the answers to the multiple choice, you can get all of those, from the online section review. And then the how to work all the problems has anybody not found where it is on YouTube? Because today I put a link directly in your team's assignment of how to get to it.
I found it.
Okay, good. I realized I had made these videos explaining how to do the problems. Oh, I did that, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago, and realized that it ended after chapter 13, 14 test. I hadn't made any more past that. So, or actually, I think it was after 12. 13, 14, I didn't even have any problems, how to solve them. So, well, if not any questions on the section review, what about just any questions about the chapter? Something that doesn't make sense?
Like all of the math stuff.
Say what?
Like pretty much all of the math stuff.
The math stuff?
Yeah.
If you watch my, that's what if you're having trouble with the math part, I think I would go to those problem solutions that I have on YouTube and watch it. And if it doesn't make sense by the time you come to the end, watch it again. I try to explain why I do what in each step, not just write down the numbers. You're not just watching me solve it, but I'm trying to explain why I use what numbers I do use. So that might be the helpful, is just going through those multiple times. Because I know that when I watch a video a second time, I see stuff I didn't catch the first time. That's pretty common for me to do that. I don't catch everything the first time.
Okay, I'll try doing that.
And if not, let me know, and then we can come up with another plan. It's nice to see all of you. I guess we could just sit here and look at each other, but it's probably more productive things that we could do. Okay, so there was the problems that, now let's just say specifically, were there one particular kind of problem that would be helpful? Which does remind me, when I was grading, I think it's this 15.2, section review 15.2. See, which problem is that? Number 9, I think it is. That's the one where you're reacting calcium hydroxide with hydrochloric acid. And the equation that you need to use on that one is the one with the A. Oh, by the way, I'm just going to sidetrack for a moment. I also put on today's team, it says chapter 15 formulas. You may want to print that out so you can use it for your test tomorrow. Let me go get I forgot to bring me some blank pieces of paper so I can talk about that one in a little more detail.
Okay, bye. So this weather is fun. Yeah? No? Okay.
Let's see, where are we? Yeah, it's the one that has like A in front of the volume of the acid times the molarity of the acid equals B times the volume of the base times the molarity of the base. And this number right here is you have to look at the formula of the base, you know, the one with the OH in it. And this is the number of OHs that it has. So you're gonna, how many OHs? That number goes in right here. And the one for the acid is, this is the number of H pluses that it has in it. Like HCl has 1. H2SO4 would have 2. So some of you got the answers kind of like half of what it was supposed to be because you forgot this part right here, that calcium hydroxide, for instance, this one has 2 OH negatives. So that number right in there would be a 2. Otherwise, you just put the numbers in. But that was the one thing that some of you had got, I think like half the answer, your answer is half of what it was supposed to be because of that part right there. But this is kind of the shortcut to finding the answer. Now, if they ask you it in step by step by step, they'll take you the long way. Okay, anything else? If we don't have anything else, I don't want to take up your time, but I'm here for you.
Mr. Hubert, how do you get your hair to still look good during quarantine since all the hair places are shut down?
Well, it's because I went to a prayer meeting this morning with just one other guy. So I had to look sort of okay. Then we had a teacher's meeting at 12:30. So I had to be online again, and now I have to be online for you. But I'm not one, I don't particularly like to have my hair grimy looking. Those of you that I can see look like you have actually got ready for the day, or is it just from your neck on down? I mean, just from your neck on up, as I can see. Malia looks.
I'm wearing pajama pants.
And the rest of you are just little boxes.
Lame.
No, I don't necessarily get fully dressed the first thing when I get up, but we do go for a walk every day we can. Today is obviously not, the way it's snowing right now. But we live right behind Lewis and Clark Middle School, and they have a very nice track, rubberized track, and we walk on that every day. So you kind of have to get dressed to go out there. They don't particularly like you going out there in your jammies. So
how's your film stock going?
You're just hoping somebody else will ask it, or what?
Mr. Hubert, how's your filament stock going?
Filament stock? Well, my filament stock I didn't use any of it until, what was it, last weekend? It was the first time I actually ran my 3D printer. And since then, I've printed, I think, 3 different things already. So,
I've been messing around on Fusion and I'm running dry and everything's shut down.
oh, you can't even order anything?
No, a bunch of places, at least the good places. I'm not going to order from China right now.
No. I order from Amazon. I just get Hatchbox. And it seems to work good for me.
Okay, well, they're the ones that shut down.
Amazon? Really?
Hatchbox. So they're not making any
Oh,
products
Hatchbox.
until,
Does Amazon have any on their website?
if so, I think their prices went up recently. So,
I have, I don't know, I think I have 4 brand new spools. I guess I could sell you one.
I think I got enough filament to get by until my new stuff comes in. I ordered it right before everything shut down.
That was a good thing. My son-in-law, when they were needing all these face shields printed, they were my son-in-law was printing those as fast as he could possibly print. He's got, I think, like 3 or 4 3D printers, and he was cranking them out right and left. And then the nurses don't like those straps that go around their ears, the elastic, it cuts into their ear if they have to wear it all day. Well, they found out that if they print this little piece of plastic with hooks in the back, they can hook their mask on this band or this strap that goes around the back of their head so it doesn't pull on their ears. So my son-in-law printed a bunch of those. So he's been helping out the medical community. I haven't, but he has.
I saw this thing where they take like lids from pans and pots and stuff, and they put them on their face and like wear a hoodie over it, and it's great.
You would be surprised. When I've gone out, not very often, but I've gone out, it's amazing what people used or think will substitute for a mask.
Yeah, I work at a grocery store, so I see a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure you see a lot there. I saw somebody with a big collar that he had it pulled up just underneath his eyes. That, I suppose that would work. I saw somebody that had taken a pair of underwear and put it over his head. No, but that not for real go outside, but okay, what happened here? Your
Took over.
William Dennis's screen.
It's Matt's beautiful mask.
Oh yeah. Oh, his mask. Yes. Okay. What's that made
I
of?
take pride in my work.
Oh, do you print your own?
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. I had somebody else make us a couple cloth masks that I got this morning. So far, we hadn't ever worn a mask, but
I go out and risk my life and just don't care.
well, I really think that as long as you keep your 6-foot distance from people that you don't see regularly, I think that would help. And then the other thing is if you touch anything that isn't part of your house, we always have some Clorox wipes or something like that we carry in our vehicles that we wipe our hands off, been in the store or something like that. It's
Something that makes me kind of annoyed is people who wear gloves at the store all the time, because like it's just cross-contaminating.
You mean the rubber gloves or latex gloves?
Yeah.
Yeah, it keeps it off your hands, but if you touch your rubber gloves to your face, it's the same thing as, it doesn't change anything.
Right, and it's like cross-contaminating everything. So like
Yeah.
everything they touch has the germs from everything, so it's like kind of pointless.
I'm sure that, I mean, the thing they recommend is when you go to the store is just don't touch anything unless you plan on buying it.
My mom told me that when I was 3.
Oh, that was probably for a different reason, right? Yeah, we told that to our kids, yeah. You can look with your eyes, you don't have to look with your hands. Well, Malia, what can we do for you?
I was forced to be on here.
You're going to have to talk nice and loud.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, why don't you text me some or email me some questions, and we can go from there.
Okay. Yeah. I don't want to talk.
Trying to think of anything that I know that would be helpful for you on this review questions. I think one thing we had, what was it, on one of the early review questions after a lecture, we had a little problem. I think, let's see, William, and let's see who else had problems with not seeing the divide sign or the multiply sign.
Yeah, comment.
Yeah, it was like 10 to the minus 14 divided by the hydronium ion concentration or something like that. So if that should happen again tomorrow, I'm going to try to check to make sure that doesn't happen before tomorrow, but just let me know. I did learn something, I think it was yesterday, what may be causing sometimes the images not to show up. And when I created one of those section reviews that have images within it, if it automatically stores it into a folder, and if I don't update the folder on the website where it's all stored, then it can't find it. So that was I learned something on how to use that. I've only been using this software for, I don't know, probably 15 years. Just first time I learned that part. But then I haven't been having to do so many of them like where we're doing it right now.
Mr. Huber, I have a question on my lab. I need your color.
On your lab?
Yeah, it's more of a showy. So I got, I'm trying to get into focus. It's hard to see. I got, where is it? Oh, 0%. And that doesn't seem possibly right. For D.
So okay, I'm trying to, maybe I should just click on yours instead of having to get so close to the thing. Oops. Well, I can read it. So which one are you having trouble with?
The last one, I think it's
on
like
D?
B, yeah.
Okay, now on D, remember your answer to C is grams per milliliter?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then in D, you're supposed to, you take your answer from C, grams per milliliter, and just multiply it by 100.
So I don't have to do the dividing thingy?
Yeah, you don't have to divide anything because notice that in the middle of that equation is G per ml.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're just multiplying that answer, your previous answer to C by 100. So
I just need to multiply
percentage
that number.
should be like 1.2, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, if your percentage is 1.2, and then you can answer the rest of it from that.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. That works, showing you, holding your answer right up in front of the screen. Yeah.
I need to figure out how, like, I saw on like the screen share option, you could do it from your phone, and I need to figure that part out now. So the next time I can just that show that way.
So Toby, you have any questions? She just wants us to think she's here.
Great.
I'm actually here. Good one. I was actually on here just to see what other people's questions were and to
Okay, I mean, that
see if
works.
I got those things wrong.
Or you got them right. You got to think positively.
I'm positive that I got them wrong.
What about Josh?
Same thing.
Same thing. And then there is Mr. Minecraft Dylan.
Yeah, no, it's the same thing.
Yeah, and the
I
same.
got nothing.
He's going to have to talk louder.
Me? I don't know.
See if I can think of anything else that would be helpful. I would say in preparing for the test, if you feel comfortable with the problems, then I would just use that online review and just go over the questions so you can get the multiple choice part all right. Just do that, you know, just keep doing it over and over and over again until you can. What's the cat's name?
Oh, my cat. Oh,
The only cat on the screen. We can't hear you.
Yes.
Mittens?
Did she say mittens?
Mittens.
Mittens. So are the ends of her feet white? Yep, there they are. You're messing with my feet. When we, this is after I was married, my parents had some cats and they had 5 toes on their feet instead of the normal 4. And since my family spoke German, the name of the cat was Taya, which is 5 in German. Or no, I'm sorry. Taya is toes in German. So they just call her toes, in other words. Also, some of you are wanting the rest of you to come up with some good questions.
I don't know. Honestly, I just thought that we were just gonna go over the packet, but I don't care what we do. Like, I mean, like actually go through each one, but yeah, I don't know.
Can you hear what's being said? I can't.
Yeah, I can hear.
Am I really that quiet?
Yeah, you're far away from the mic.
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're like, speak into the mic.
I did not like that.
Well, Hallie,
Huh?
you heard what I said, right?
Yeah,
You want to relay what she's saying?
Yeah, that's what.
fine. So basically what she said was that she thought that the purpose of this meeting was to go through the entire review packet.
Well, I could do that, but that would be wasting some people's time. And the reason for that is all the multiple choice answers are online. So you can just copy them down faster and I can probably say them. And then the problems, the link on today's assignment, I put a special link for the YouTube section where you can just pick on which problems that you need to see how they're solved. And as I told Hallie, you can just watch them as many times as you want to. You know, until you feel, I think I could solve that problem now. I tried in there to always explain why I'm doing each step so that it's not just you watching me solve the problem. That's really any help, or well, it's not as much help. I'm sure for some people it might be enough help, but for most, probably not.
Okay.
So I hate to disappoint you.
It's okay. I'm just awkward with asking questions on here.
Well, should we call it quits or?
Sure.
If I come up with any questions, I'll email you.
Yeah, just email me.
Cool.
One of the things that we can do, I've done it with one student. They actually initiated, and you could probably initiate it, is go into Teams, and you can actually do like a video chat with me, and I could explain something to you. That's true, just not just for Hallie, but for anybody. If you had like an immediate, well, I'll try to say it. It's if I'm at my computer, I'll try to answer it right away. If I'm not at my computer, then you may have to wait a bit till I come back. But that would be a way that you could get help quickly. And if you think, because you can also do more than one, because I think it was, there were 3 freshmen. I don't know why it included me. That wanted to know, or they were trying to convince somebody that chocolate milk comes from brown cows, white milk comes from white cows, and orange milk, I guess there is such a thing, comes from orange cows. And they were wanting me to verify that that was true, which I'm not sure what was the point, but anyway. But I asked them was then how do you get a milkshake?
Well, there's a cow pasture,
Escape the cow.
and then there's an earthquake.
This cow's jumping around, right? So yeah, I don't be afraid to use the Teams video chat if you think you need to have an answer quicker than waiting for a help session. And if you don't know how to do that, why don't you ask, I guess you can ask those people that have done it. Of those of you that are still online, how many of you have initiated a chat? Okay, Hallie knows. So there's your resource person. If you don't know how to, or you can't figure it out, Hallie's the one. And you can chat with any other student and with the teacher. You can, on the video chat, you can include others, like I said. I think there was like 4 of us on at once.
That was mean.
Really so cute. What?
That's the price you have to pay to be my cat, right?
You get all the groups.
Well, then, if you don't have any additional questions, then we'll just leave it to video chats if you need them. So we'll sign off.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, yes. Okay, there we go.